Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land, trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the buck. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them
today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. This all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
4-yard gain on the play.
Well, what a great game, Charles, that we've got here. You know, Week 17, a playoff berth is on the line. But of all the storylines, in addition to the playoff storyline, really, you got to focus in on this running back and what he's trying to accomplish here.
Could it be one of those comebacks for the ages? Because let's face it, a year.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Number 30.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
At the 18-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Vita Vea, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Fielded at the 33. Right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. He goes 67 yards on the punt return. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
2nd and 4.
The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 6 catches, 106 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, here's the option. Now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Buccaneers.
When his number is called, Charles, and he's getting the football like he did there, yeah, he seems extra motivated. And I don't know that any extra motivation, though, is needed in a game like this. And as we talked about for him personally, there's just a lot on the line in this ball game.
I think you nailed it, because there is no longer pressure for him to prove that he's back at 100%, because he's proven it over the course of the last 4 months throughout this season. But you know what he wants right now? He wants the ball. He wants to carry this team in the playoffs. And you and I both know that in the playoffs in the NFL, being able to run the football is vital.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Whoosh. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Patrick Mahomes, 37 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off, too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up.
Wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
Extra point.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And he's up past the 20 of the 22-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they run the option on second down. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
This is brought in at the 21. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and the 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. That's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So, game situation.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Pinheiro lining up for the extra point.
He's been having a great game, and that one right there. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
The conversion is no good on the fake.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
There's something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll give this to Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Short pass caught by Henry. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And it's complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 1.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
So we've come upon halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Chargers 7. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brought down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Yard line.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And complete to King, the tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction. I was able to track the ball in another.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Buccaneers have it.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 11 yards there, 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and...
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
3rd down.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Airing this one out for Evans. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Floating one incomplete.
The conversion is no good on the...
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when he snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the
my
stuff she used to
grandmother did the
preserve.
same. It smelled terrible. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. From the shotgun, here's Herbert trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Very quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
33-yard line.
From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Vita Vea in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Operating from the gun. Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one, you're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. Fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Eddie Pinheiro.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't... Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll limp to...
She right got me.
Hit one and be so... You gotta go.
As you'd imagine, the locker room was hyped after that game. I had plenty of tough moments in my career, but fortunately, I had a lot of great ones too. And I have to say, this was one of the better moments of my whole career. Thinking back on it now, it didn't matter what happened the rest of the season. Yeah, we lost in the playoffs to a team that was absolutely stacked with talent, but that one moment was one of the best in my entire life. One piece of advice I always give the young players coming into the NFL is not to take the end-of-year awards for granted. Between the star power on hand and the amazing history of the league, it is an honor to be there. I took the time to rest up and get ready for the next season. I tried to focus on getting my mind and body right, you know? And I needed it for what came next.
That was a comeback for the ages, and it was a treat to watch.
It was one of those situations where when you've been around long enough, you just start to see the game differently. It's almost like everything slows down around you. One moment that really stood out was my first time on Rich Eisen's show.
My next guest needs no introduction. Some of you may know him as the reigning NFL MVP. Others may know him as one half of everyone's favorite duo, the Heartbreak Kids. But I know you as someone entirely different. Isn't that right, Shoeless? Tell everyone at home how I single-handedly saved your career.
Yeah, that's right. You absolutely saved me at the Combine by letting me wear your Run Rich Run cleats.
Which I still haven't gotten back, by the way.
You know, it's funny you mention that.
Oh, my beautiful babies. What did he do to you?
Well, I didn't know how to get them back to you, and they did kind of help me get drafted in a roundabout way, so they became my lucky practice cleats.
So much for asking for those back.
Yeah, you know what? I felt terrible about that, so I figured I'd make it up to you.
What do you have here? Oh my goodness. These are amazing.
Those are custom Heartbreak Kid 3s. They're cleats, and there's only 4 guys that have them. Those are guaranteed to get you a sub-5 40 time.
This is the greatest day of my life. Thank you so much for these. Oh, geez. I've been so wrapped in the great Combine cleat caper, I forgot we have a surprise for you today as well. Someone wants to say hello.
What up, player? Peep this. On behalf of EA Sports and the Madden community, I want to be the first to welcome you to the Madden family as this year's cover athlete. Ooh, wait!
What? That is crazy. We grew up playing Madden, so this is unbelievable. And so cool as Snoop and the rest of EA.
It's in the game.
Yeah, I'm in the
There
game.
you are.
Okay, let's get real now. I gotta ask, are you worried about the Madden cover curse?
The cover curse? I know some guys are going to be mad at me, especially if I mess up early in the season, but honestly, I'm not really a superstitious guy.
Stay tuned. There's more to come with our newest Madden cover athlete.
Hey, they look good on you.
Thinking back, what part of the process did you enjoy the most?
We were all in it together, and that selfless mentality pushed us to perform better than we might have done otherwise. It was just after camp, and Coach called me in to talk about the preseason games. I didn't think anything of it at the time. It was the first of many moments that would eventually snowball into something much bigger.
Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Cowboy first down.
This is Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
To Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Buccaneers have it.
Prescott's pass complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
38-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And they give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And 10 yards to go.
Now Mahomes. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain of 32 that time.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
His throw caught right around the 6. Mahomes. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. So, Charles, this the second week of action here in the preseason. It's a time where, talking heads like you and me start making our predictions for Super Bowl favorites in this upcoming campaign. And I tell you, there have been a good many folks who think that this team on offense right now has what it takes to lift that Lombardi trophy come February.
Yeah, and I don't think they've had to do a lot of extra time in the weight room in order to make sure they're able to lift that trophy. This team is flat out loaded, especially when you talk about the offense. Top to bottom, one of the best offenses in the league. They have everything you're looking for at all spots. Yeah, they're going to tinker around with different things here in the preseason. But bottom line, they think they're as explosive as anyone in the league, and they can't wait to put it on display.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Prescott, catch made, it's Moreau. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First down, Cowboys.
Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing, Prescott over the middle, Cooper with it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. On second down now, it's Elliott. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. A quick pass here to Godwin. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And again, it's Mahomes. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Kickoff for Tampa Bay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Cowboys 7.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.